Alright, so as of last weekend, in terms of the car progress, we ended up changing out the slave cylinder and bleeding that, as well as changing the master cylinder because we determined that that also needed to be changed. Now, we're still having some issues. We also adjusted the throttle cable, and for some reason, the gas is way too touchy still, until I was looking back at the throttle body, and you can't really see it, but let me see if I can, yeah, that back there, that's the TPS sensor, the throttle position sensor. It is unplugged. It has been unplugged this whole time. So I'm gonna try to find the plug it back in, and let's see if that solves anything. Now to do that, I'm just gonna take the throttle body as a whole off, and I'm just gonna clean it out anyways because that could also be some issue, as well as this has been sitting here for who knows how long, so I might as well just clean it. Alright, so I got the intake off as well as the throttle body, and I did locate the connector for the throttle position sensor. It is down there. So it was a little it was hiding out there. So this is what the throttle body looks like. The gasket, it completely came apart when I was taking it off, so I'm gonna have to go get a new one. Yeah, it's just not looking good. A lot of carbon buildup. It's pretty dirty. Yeah, it's pretty dirty, but... And then when we look in the manifold, you can also kind of see that it's pretty dirty. Alright, so I got everything all buttoned up. I cleaned the throttle body. I also reconnected the plug to the throttle position sensor. I adjusted the throttle cable a little bit. I'll probably need more adjustment to that, but this is how it's going right now. I reconnected the intake. I also let down a little bit of this down the intake just to, clean it up a little bit. I didn't really scrub it, so I don't expect much improvement. I got everything all bolted and re-plugged in. So yeah, I'm going to plug the battery in, plug in all the fuses, and we'll see how she runs. Alright, let's start her up after I connect the battery. Alright, I'm gonna let this idle for a little while, but it looks like it's still idling decently high. I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas from the inside and show. So it still wants to sit pretty high. I still have to do some adjusting. So I'll be back. Alright, let's try this again. I made it too loose. Alright, we tightened it again. Let's see this time. Nope. Alright, we're trying it again. Let's see how much it drops. Alright, so we're almost up temp, and this looks like I need to make the smallest adjustment to make it a tiny bit looser. Alright, so it's idling in low RPMs finally. The throttle cable is fully adjusted to how I want it. The fans are working, well, one of them. I think the other one's for the AC. But yeah, look at this. We got in between 1 and 1.2, so I'd call that about 1.1. Perfect how it should be. We have no gas, ignore that. But yeah, the temps are up to how they're supposed to be. It stays at about half. And yeah, we're at the idle that we're supposed to be, so it's perfect. Alright, now that I got the high idle issue figured out, I have to figure out why the gas pedal is so touchy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray this little spring, because I'm assuming that it's probably a little dirty. I'm not really looking at it. I didn't look at it yesterday when I took the throttle body out. But yeah, it's probably a little dirty. It probably doesn't want to move. So we're just going to get this up really good, just so it has some spring to it. It's running a little bit cleaner. I mean, you can see the dirt coming off of it too, so it probably was a little dirty. And then the next thing I'm going to look for is I'm going to go under the dash and look to see if there's an issue with the actual connection from the gas pedal to the cable. And if that doesn't seem to fix the issue, I'm going to look towards the idle air control valve. Alright, so when I went under here, nothing really seemed out of the ordinary, but I did go ahead and spray WD-40 on all of the springs that are over there, and we're going to give it a go. If not, I'm going to look at and probably clean my IACB. Alright, we're going to start the car, and we'll see if it still has that amount of play. So the throttle's still definitely getting stuck open. I had to figure out why.